Hello everybody, welcome back. Right, well, you know what? You know with all these other YouTubers, they do those O faces. You know what I mean? Those faces where they literally. Well, it seems so common. Everybody's doing it. Even someone that I really respected. Yeah, Eric Crown. He's doing it now. Well, I suppose he's not doing O faces, but I suppose that's the way. But to be honest, when I saw this, I was just flicking around on the charts literally on my phone. I thought, let's have a look at what old EOS is doing, and I saw this, and I actually did a genuine O face of my own. I couldn't believe my eyes, my actual eyes. To be honest, we've been going through the bullish possibilities of this downtrend for quite a while now, marking off certain areas, particularly for Bitcoin. And I always say use Bitcoin as your indicator, and we've come down to hit this area now and getting a decent reaction. Doesn't mean that it's the absolute bottom, but using the Bitcoin pairs is, I think, the key to unlocking the next big moves, right? And while everybody's screaming out for bear market, we might still be entering a bear market, but just before we enter that, if we ever do, it does look like there's some altcoins out there that are absolutely primed for pumps. And one of them obviously is ICP. We spoke about that this morning. I've been speaking about that for at least a month or so, but definitely over this last week, as it was showing decent signs of and actual signals in the Itchy Cloud of moving, and now it's moved. So again, the people who disbelieve, what it is that I'm saying. I don't do things for the sake of views. Otherwise, I would just do O faces all the time and say loads of nonsense. You know what I mean? But EOS. Here we go. So get ready to basically be in a state of disbelief. But to be honest with you, I've piled some cash into this one just about half an hour ago because of what I've seen. So we've got a nice trending upwards, but not massively diverging, but generally green histogram the entire time on the MACD. We've got a flat level of support. Yeah, we broke down from it, no big deal. If we go to the tether pair, we could see that actually hits the be all and end all trend line of support that goes back to 2018. So it's a very long trend line. But for the Bitcoin pair, the trend line is around about 655 sats, thereabouts. An area which we've been trying to deal with and hash out for a little while here. Now, what we also see is on this daily, it's gone back quite a while now, from July, the green 50 exponential generally is our main enemy. And beyond that, the 200 exponential is our next big nemesis, right? Rejection here, rejection here, rejection here, there, and everywhere. And every other day, actually, thereabouts, we've been rejected from it. Now, you know the deal. The more times you hit a support, the more times it's likely to break. The more times you hit a resistance, the more likely it is to break. But look at the state of the cloud here. The cloud is dissipated to an absolute green. Basically, saying to EOS, look, as far as we're concerned, you're free. You're free now. You're free from this downtrend. Don't worry, you're free. And we've never really had an opportunity like this for EOS. We had a really good signal back before this happened, and we all dealt with it accordingly. But I've been saying on the channel for ages, and people always ask me to make EOS videos, like I am like the ambassador to EOS. And since that big run, I said, look, it was a very different situation back around here. We had definite signals. We had an accumulation. It was very clear that it was going to go up. Since that is over, we have had nothing until today. Today we have had something. So let's have a look at what we've got. So first of all, we've got a cross below the cloud. Chiku span is still deep within the cloud. Now this doesn't mean that we can pump straight away. This could mean that we'll be in here for a couple of weeks. Chiku span's around here. If we flatline, we've got 17 days basically before it comes out of this area. Unless of course we manage to pump up to and above 840 sats. This would be one of those moves that would be generated by the cloud. And to be honest, with the state of the cloud looking like this, I'd be very surprised to see that won't happen within a 3 to 4 week period. That would be a big move up, pushing up towards 900 sats, I would say. This is, like I say, our main area of next resistance. This I'm pretty confident is going to break, given the way that the cloud looks and the MACD looks. Also, we do have bullish divergence ever so slightly, but still pretty considerably, I suppose, on the RSI there on the daily. But if we go to the weekly is even more intriguing. So we've got a nice reset of the money flow index, creeping down towards just about 42. We've also got bullish divergence on the weekly, which is great to see, and we've also got a turning up of the weekly MACD as well. So while everybody's calling for bear markets and the end of crypto and this, that and the other, there are secrets, I think, to be unlocked within these altcoin charts. Now, obviously, as I always say, there's no absolute, there's no guarantee, there's no, nothing is a guarantee. But when it comes to risk to reward, which is what it's all about, there is an opportunity, I think, in EOS right now. And again, this is exactly the thing with trading, especially with crypto, where it's quite snobby, really. It's quite a snobby little cliquey kind of community, you know. People marry their coins, and people snub other people, and and there's like some things which are cool, like, oh, ETH, how much ETH you got? Hey, did you buy Sol? He got Sol. But you ever mention EOS to anybody, they'll spit in your actual eye and laugh at you and stuff. But like I said, in the past, when we traded EOS, we traded it before the breakout. So it's not about loving a coin, even though on our Telegram we do love it when EOS pumps. It is a bit of a thing, but we trade charts, and this chart is saying to us right now that although the signal isn't as strong as this one over here, it's still a brewing signal on the daily with a very good risk to reward ratio, and we are looking for some significant pumpage taking place on EOS versus Bitcoin. And like I say, you say these things about ICP, and people spat in my eye then. Same with XRP. Well, we'll make these things before XRP pumps and get spat in the face. It's not about marrying a coin and saying, buy this now, hold it for the rest of your life, and you will make a billion, hillion, zillion, quadrillion, fillion X on it. That's not what it's about. It's about saying, all right, there's a trade here, let's open the trade, all right? And think about exit points. That EOS, there is a chance that EOS does a full-on recovery. I know that the bullish exchange will likely have some impact on it at some point, but at the moment, down in these depths, there's nothing other than opportunity at significant lows. So the 12-hourly we're on right now, the 12-hourly isn't really showing anything other than hashing out supports and things. There's nothing particularly on the 12-hourly that looks that great, but we flip that over to the 4-hourly, and we are trending above all major moving averages with a 4-hourly candle that's really pumping hard. Looking pretty epic, I have to say, honestly. And the MACD's just converging now. Money flow index extremely low as well. I'm pretty sure that we're going to see something out of EOS. Look, it's all about charts. It's all about signals, indicators, relationship from price to moving averages. And there's an enormous amount, I think, of psychology that goes into this. And also, I've always been looking at EOS. I have to look at it at the live streams all the time. But prior to that, I've always monitored it, which is how we got that big pump. I'm pretty sure that we're going to get at least something. I'm not saying this is going to go straight up to the moon, but what I am going to say is what we see taking place with ICP at the moment, I think we're going to get something similar to that with EOS next. I think this is going to do the same sort of thing that ICP is doing. And again, you say this on the internet, and what you'll have is for the next 2 to 3 weeks before the move really starts to gain traction, everybody going, I thought you said it was going to pump, and I scratched my back and tied my shoelace and looked up at the chart, and it hadn't moved at all. But I mean, that's really not what I'm saying. I'm saying, look, risk to reward. We're coming down to a flat line, and the daily is basically green on the itchy cloud. We've got divergence on the MACD on the weekly. We've got an uptrend significant on the 4-hourly, which would then lead to a golden cross if we were to carry on over the next few days. Look, it's looking pretty banging. I'm sorry to say to you all that it's not that I'm in love with EOS. I don't have any tattoos. But I think it's back. I think EOS is going to come back. I think it's going to come back around, and it would be rude not to, for me at least, to put my money where my mouth is and at least pop a little bit in. I mean, I already hold EOS from back in the olden days, before that pump, because the best way to trade is to sell on the way up, not to hold everything until it goes to the top. But sell all the way up. So on this move here, which was a significant move, it was about 4x from the bottom to the top from where we bought it. Maybe not for a Bitcoin pair, but it was a decent move. I was selling all the way up, but I held some, as I always do, for the greater good. So I still hold EOS, but now I've topped up. Believe it or not, I have bought more. So my expectations is that this will do a move similar to that of ICP. Versus Bitcoin, we will likely move up to the 200 exponential, which again is only a 29% move as of right now. But that would then shape the chart to go into what I think will be a more significant uptrend. Versus Bitcoin, what will transpire to the tether pairing, which should then give it even more power to then break some of these really significant areas on the tether pairing, which really will mark the uptrend. We'll just have a quick look at it now because it looks like absolute arse. It looks terrible. But if we were to break out of this area, which is only $3, we have every opportunity to go to $3.6, and then we have every opportunity to go to $5. And this is how EOS works: incremental, large steps up. Big move up, big move down, big move up, back to support, which was previously resistance. Big move up, and then obviously market dependent, to see if we can revisit either the support, which used to be resistance, or this one over here. Again, we're jumping the gun here. All I'm saying is that, yeah, look, tether pairing had a very historical level of support tagged versus its tether pairing. Historical low, back to 2018 into 19. And the next thing we look at is this, which looks really good to me. So be prepared. EOS is next. EOS and ICP, very unpopular large cap coins, probably going to take people off guard. I'm warning you now. I'm pretty confident in how this is going to play. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you have a nice day. Nice evening, in fact. Take it easy.